Namaste. Welcome to my home temple. Pleasure to have you here with me. And today we will be talking about the teachings of Lord Shiva, the great yogi, who first gave the science of Tantra Yoga to his consort, his beloved Parvati. So this was a conversation between lovers. And Parvati was asking Lord Shiva, as they were sitting in their mountain home of the Himalayas, she was asking, what is the means by which the people of this world, the jivas, can attain liberation? And Shiva began to speak on the entire science of Tantra Yoga. And he shared this in a secretive way with his beloved. So today I'm going to share with you the Pancha Makara, which is known as the 5 M's of Tantra Yoga, and why it's important to practice them in a certain sequence, and how they are symbolically represented in the rituals of both the Tantra sadhana and also the Vedic sadhana. So first, the first M is called Mudra. Mudra means body. Mudra means gesture. Gesture as in, a hand gesture, a mudra. We're familiar with these. And it is translated as a body because we make gestures with the body. So we are offering the body to the divine. And as yogis and yoginis, we do this through Hatha Yoga. Because in our Hatha Yoga practice, we prepare the body, which is the first step. And Hatha Yoga balances the Ha and the Tha, the sun and the moon. And it consists of asana, pranayama, mudra, and bandha. Mudra and bandha are extremely important because it allows the practitioner to direct the energy in the direction it wants to go in, that they want the energy to flow in. So that's what makes the asana, along with pranayama, very powerful, because you're bringing in these techniques. So this is related, the mudra, the first M, is related with the earth element, bread, body. And in Nepal, you can see on the altars, they offer actual bread. And in temples that are following the Vedic tradition, they offer sandalwood paste, which is an earthly substance. What does this symbolize? This symbolizes that we are saying, please, here is my body, here's my earth element, spiritualize it, transform it, and offering even the sense of smell, which is related with the earth. Whatever's coming, good or bad, may I be transcendental to that. So in this first phase, we're preparing the body, Hatha Yoga, the sun and the moon, the Ida and the Pingala, they become balanced, and naturally then the Sushumna can open and Kundalini can start to awake. So it's a very important first stage, and it also includes purification, Shat Karma, which is actually a prerequisite even to Hatha Yoga. And at this stage, we're concerned very much with cleansing the ground, purifying, freeing ourselves from toxins, and the mind and the body begin to become steady. Second makar is Matsya. Matsya means fish, but it also means to destroy the mind. So the fish is slippery like the mind. It's difficult to catch. So what must we do to catch this slippery fish? There is a process. This process was given by Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras of Ashtanga Yoga, the 8 limbs, yama and niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. So first we start with yama and niyama, which are regulative principles, suggestions how to live, how to navigate this worldly existence in a way that will allow you to not only be happy, but get the adequate result. Again, it's about setting up that foundation on which your yoga practice can stand, and that's why the others come later. But what is this 8 limbs of yoga? It's really the Ashtanga Yoga. It's really to balance and purify the mind. Yogas chittas vritti nirodha. It means, so the fluctuations of the mind are so many. So we want to calm that, make a cessation of these fluctuations that are causing us disturbance. So it brings the mind inward and to a focused point, and gradually to a state of oneness with all that is, to divine consciousness. So in the tantric tradition, this stage is represented by fish. So actually they will offer in the temples fish, and it's related with the water element, which is related with our Swadhisthana chakra, which is related with our sense of taste. So in the Vedic tradition, because it's more of the, following the sattvic path, water is offered, and fruits or any kinds of food stuff, which is called naivedyam. So this is offered, and again we pray, like, may we be beyond good taste or bad taste. May our Swadhisthana chakra be purified. May we get emotional balance. So it's really a science. There's a way to do it externally through ritual and symbol. And there's a way to do it internally, which is through the practice of yoga, which is what Shiva emphasized. Later, things became coded in symbolism, and that's why we have these symbols, but they make such beautiful poetry and so much sense when we start to understand the reasons behind. Okay, so the third M after Matsya is Madhya. And Madhya actually means wine, intoxication. And what are we intoxicated with? Frequency, power. So that's why before we start to drink the wine, we have to have the bread and fish, because we can't just, reach that higher power or access higher frequencies without first preparing the body and the mind. Otherwise, we get drunk, right? So you need to have something in the stomach first. So you have the bread and the fish. I'm talking symbolically, of course. So the yoga that this relates with is mantra yoga. Man means mind, and tra means to liberate. So through the practice of chanting sounds, sacred sounds that have high frequency, powerful vibration, our mind becomes liberated. Not only the mind, but our heart becomes purified, and we start to vibrate in a different frequency. Our body, being mostly water, is incredibly changeable. So when sound is used, we're able to create different kinds of shapes or patterns inside of our body and mind. And so we start to access different levels of consciousness than were previously possible. Yeah, so this element is fire. It's the Manipur chakra, the third chakra, and it is related with, if you are offering, in the tantric tradition, we have wine, and in the Vedic tradition, we have deepa, ghee lamp, fire, right? So normally we combine, when we make ritual, we will say some mantras, and we will offer this puja to our deities, the gods, the goddesses, whoever we are connected with. So again, with the prayer, because the fire is related with the eyes, with the sight, so may we have a transcendental vision and gain clarity, and whatever comes, liking or disliking, pleasing or unpleasing, may we go beyond duality. I mean, that is the basic reason for puja, because you're entering another realm. You're going beyond the duality of everyday existence and opening a portal to the divine realm, to these higher energies. And with this mantra yoga, you are able to really access them and create them inside your body, because sound is the most subtle of all all the senses, the hearing, right? So we're hearing, we're vibrating, and it affects everything. It affects everything. So mantra is extremely powerful, and that's why it is recommended that you take diksha, initiation into the mantra, by someone who has already activated that power so they can pass it on to you, and also so that you receive the mantra in the proper way and the proper mantra for you as well. But there are universal mantras that everyone can chant, like Om or the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. There's kirtans and bhajans that people can sing, but what I'm speaking about is japa. So chanting on beads in a meditative way. That goes directly really to the soul. So mantra yoga, and related with Madhya, with wine. So yeah, so we need to know how to handle that higher energy, and gradually we start to awaken, and then we come into Mamsa. Mamsa. Mam means I am that. I am that. I am that divine. So we are getting closer to awakening, and this Mamsa is related with meat, actually, because it's like the essence of the whole entire being is understanding I am that divine. And it's related with Kundalini, or you could say Laya Yoga, Kriya Yoga. So this is awakening the chakras and doing some powerful practices like Kriyas that connect the different chakras together and move the energies in certain ways, that we start to actually be able to visualize and feel very deep inside through the nadis, through the energy channels, and we can connect chakra to chakra. We start to sense and move our energy. So we're becoming now a master of our own energy. We're getting a spark of the divine inside of us. We're awakening that. So this is related with the air element. Air is related with the sense of touch, and in the Vedic tradition we offer dhup because it's very airy, the smoke. So this is related with the air. So that will again, we say the same prayer, like, may our sense of touch be beyond duality. May we always feel like comfortable within ourselves, and good or bad, whatever is coming, we're able to handle it. And this air element, our Anahat chakra, the sense of unconditional love, becomes purified and open. And it's interesting because it's like moving upwards, and like, I am that now. It's like there's less separation. There's a feeling of gradually we're moving into oneness. So the fifth yoga is that practice of aham brahmasmi. I am that completely. I am thou. Sorry, I am that was before. Now it's I am thou. So there's a oneness, there's unity, and this comes through the sadhana of Maithuna. Maithuna is Shiva Shakti yoga, which means sacred sex. So let me just give you the details and we'll talk more about that. So in the tantric tradition, a dress is offered, a piece of cloth. And in the Vedic tradition, a flower is offered, because the flower is like space, and space is most subtle, most delicate. And so when you offer a flower, it's like you're offering your very self to the beloved. It's quite romantic, actually. These rituals are so beautiful, and they really awaken all the senses and the chakras as well. And there's mantras to go with each offering that help you to concentrate, and the mantra contains the bij, the seed sound of each chakra as you come up. So this Vishuddhi chakra, the sacred expression, and it's related with hearing. So the space, because we need the space to hear, to be, and it's the most subtle. And so again, whatever we hear, even someone says something nice to us or not so nice, we are situated and grounded in ourself, in our core being of who we are as spirit, because now we are one with the divine. Before, we were just awakening the spark and starting to feel that and starting to understand, oh yeah, okay, through these practices, these yoga practices, there is something else deeper inside of me, and I'm, you're getting to know that. It's like you're creating the relationship, right? You can kind of see this whole system of Pancha Makara as you creating a relationship, because you're preparing, you're starting to get your body ready. You're getting to know the mind through observation, through becoming the witness. Through Ashtanga Yoga, the witness consciousness is so important if you actually want to practice the higher levels of Tantra, especially the Maithuna ritual, because you must stay aware. That is the main key. Awareness is everything in Tantra. Presence, right? And then we are bringing more power into the body. We're awakening energy. We start to move energy. We get that spark. And then we start to realize the divinity within. Our chakras wake up. Kundalini starts to rise. And we understand that, yes, I'm seeing myself for the first time. And that may take some work. There's going to be all of these practices need to be integrated, because they work systematically together, as well as a ladder going, but also systematically as a circle. So we realize that, yes, we are one with the divine, and we have that capacity to embody, to fully embody. And that is what is realized in the Maithuna ritual, which brings about the highest bliss, because we're all, yearning for that feeling of completeness, because we are actually already complete. We're perfect. We're divine. But we're covered by different layers of ignorance of our true self, our ego, the chatter of the mind, the toxins in the body, the push and pull of everyday existence, of dualities, of, unpleasant circumstances. And how often do we actually sit in that conscious awareness that, yes, like, I'm really feeling like fully my own, presence. And Tantra gives this path to go in, to go deeper, go step by step, really do the practices. And then when you are ready, when you are a master already of your body and mind and energy system, then only are you able to be initiated into Maithuna. So it is possible to practice it alone, as each of us have the masculine and feminine inside of our body. We have the Ida and the Pingala, right? We are both. So when I say like man and woman, you should just understand woman is more the feminine. Man usually has more of the masculine polarity. So it's very helpful to practice with a partner, because then you are able to share that energy. Of course, both should be very well acquainted and, feeling love and able to sit in their Shiva or Shakti power. And that takes, as you can see, it takes this systematic evolution. And there will be times when you attempt to practice that and you're not reaching the state of bliss. It's not an automatic. Just like the first time you get on your mat to do asana, it feels really awkward. It's uncomfortable. You have pain the next day. Maybe you're like, wow, like this yoga, do I really want to practice this? It seems so challenging. But the things that are challenging are really worth it in life, because this is where the secret lies to our enlightenment, actually. It's the path of liberation. And that is one of the reasons why Tantra has been kind of hidden. Because, it gives the power to the people. It says, actually everything is within you. You have this amazing body that has these chakras, that has the spinal column, Sushumna, you have a super highway to enlightenment. And when you share that with someone else and you create an orbit of energy, this microcosmic orbit, you are able to circulate it and generate it. It's like you're plugging into the battery, cable. And this exchange is pleasureful and joyful, and it really opens the heart chakra and the third eye and the crown and the higher centers in the brain. So let me explain a little bit. We have this sexual energy, which is the energy of creation itself. It's the most powerful energy that we have. This juiciness, this creative life force is what living beings are made of. We've come from sex. We've come from this union. So has the entire creation, through the union of God and Goddess, of Shiva and Shakti. Everything has sprung into creation. So there is no guilt, there is no shame needed there. Let's just get that out of the way. And when we're in this process of making the body a temple, which is what we do through our yoga, through this Pancha Makara system, that's when we can access this blissful higher experience. That is really the topic for another video of the different steps to go into the ritual, because there are steps. Just like there are steps to do puja, there are steps to do this other type of puja, which is really does start with preparation of the body, just like in Hatha Yoga, clearing out the mental space, becoming present, activating the energy. There's a process of activation of energy through mantra and yantra. There's worship of the other, activating the kundalini, doing movements, and gradually coming into union. So actually, this Pancha Makara system is also applicable to the Maithuna ritual. So I hope that this has made some sense, and you've enjoyed learning about these ancient yoga called Tantra Yoga, which a lot of people are practicing in different parts. But when you really put it together in this way, it becomes so powerful, transformational, and simply divine. So Jai to Lord Shiva, thanking him for offering us this divine science. And thank you to all of you. If you liked this video, please subscribe. If you have any more questions or anything, please leave a comment below. Hari Om.